The KEEL Morning Show with Robert J. Wright and Erin McCarty. Breaking news and trending talk on 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. Robert and Erin, 101.7 FM, 710 KEEL. Erin, local news, putting it together right now.
We're talking about the humane conditions at the Bossier Animal Control Shelter. The mayor has some pretty harsh words. Also talking about the Shreveport mayor's race today. Ooh, some things were flying. Woo. And is money flying now in Baton Rouge?
A phone call that shook the mayor's race to its core. Is that an exaggeration? Is that an exaggeration?
Is it a scam?
Huh?
Is it a scam?
I got a text from another mayoral candidate yesterday that says they think it is.
Me too.
We will talk. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Sports, traffic, and weather all coming up this hour, and it's right here on KEEL.
Did you know that over 90% of male enhancement pills are virtually the
The power of information. KEEL News now.
More drama surrounding Bossier Animal Control. Reuben Wright with that.
After hearing about Bossier City Animal Control being accused of inhumane euthanasia practices, Bossier City Mayor Lo Walker, along with the Bossier City Police Department, launched an investigation. Mayor Walker expressed concern over employees at the shelter trying to cover up any wrongdoing, saying, "I'm firing anybody that's lying." The investigation was launched after a volunteer at the shelter accused employees of using a method of euthanasia known as heart sticks on non-sedated animals. From 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL, I'm Reuben Wright.
For 2 years, lawmakers have been dealing with a budget mess. Commissioner of Administration Jay Darden says lawmakers' decision to renew a portion of an expiring 1-penny sales tax will give our state a stable revenue source.
There's another cliff created, but it's not created for 7 more years, and that means we'll get through next year, we'll get through the next term. We'll have some time where we're not constantly dealing with this up and down of uncertainty as to what the revenue is going to look like.
Now, most state agencies survive the budget acts, but construction and repair projects are delayed again, leading concerns that facilities used to house inmates could be running low on time. Secretary Jimmy LeBlanc says they got hit pretty hard at the last second.
$6 million in attrition, $2 million in 30 position cut. We got hit pretty hard in that sense.
LeBlanc says the state has not provided funding for new facilities in over 10 years, which he says is bound to catch up with us sooner than later. But corrections workers will be getting a pay raise. A popular senior magazine names Shreveport Bossier a great place to retire. The issue of where to retire has named Shreveport Bossier one of its favorites. The list is based on criteria that appeals to retirees, specifically such as housing, health care, transportation, and recreation. Shreveport Catholic Bishop Michael Duca making a move south. Word came down from the Vatican that the bishop will be moving to Baton Rouge to take over the duties of the retiring bishop there. Duca has been bishop here in Shreveport since '08. He's scheduled to be installed as the 6th bishop of Baton Rouge in August. Lieutenant governors from around the nation converging in New Orleans for a 3-day summit. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser says he intends on bringing attention to the dangers of cheaper imported seafood.
We'll have a panel to discuss the safety of imported seafood compared to great Louisiana seafood and give us an opportunity to get support from across the country.
A Spirit Airlines passenger freaks out when the plane makes an emergency landing in Minnesota. The passenger screaming to be let off the plane.
Get me the off this plane! You want to be to me? You will see me.
That video from Facebook user Keontae Washington, police sent that woman to a hospital for a mental health evaluation. What are kids up to on the internet these days? Most parents might think they know, but you would probably be wrong. A retired cybercrimes detective says youngsters are using all kinds of apps to keep things private. Sites like WhatsApp and House Party are being used by the youngsters to communicate with strangers, some of them adults. Shaquille O'Neal looking to make it big in Hollywood, and he has a number of projects in the works, including one that opens Friday. He's among the former NBA stars in Uncle Drew, who suit up again to compete in a street ball tournament at Harlem's Rucker Park. I'm Erin McCarty on 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL.
Ten past 6 o'clock, 101.7 FM, 710 KEEL, Wednesday. Morning traffic starting us off. Here's Brandon.
So far, so clear in the Bossier City area when it comes to traffic. No major accidents reported, but you might see some slowdowns later due to construction. If you see anything else, make sure you let us know. Call us on the Planet Fitness Traffic Hotline. That's 687-ROAD.
Your AccuWeather.com forecast, it's going to stay hot and humid over the next few days, partly to mostly sunny skies. Highs will be in the upper 90s. Lows will stay in the upper 70s. With your AccuWeather.com forecast, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
How's that for enthusiasm?
That's not bad.
12 past 6 o'clock, 101.7 FM and 710 KEEL. Robert J. Wright and Erin McCarty, Shreveport Security Systems text line, 318-392-1884. This is the question, by the way, on the KEEL Facebook page. You ready?
I'm ready.
And you can respond via the text line. Senator Greg Tarver says he won't be backing Adrian Perkins in the upcoming mayor's race, saying, is this a quote from yesterday now? He is not a man of his word. We can review that in just a couple of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
A number of Shreveport, how many more texts and emails and phone calls did you get on this yesterday?
I can't even keep up. My phone it's smoking still.
A number of Shreveport political insiders think the whole thing is a campaign ploy. How about you? Real or a setup? I got a text before the show ended yesterday from another mayoral candidate who said, this thing's not real. This is no.
Boy.
No.
This is a scam.
This is just, it's just, well, okay, let us start from the beginning, because you can go to the KEEL website, keelnews.com, pull the story up, or can you just revisit, including the call you had yesterday with Senator Tarver, and do you have the quotes in front of you?
Oh, I absolutely.
Okay, so give me a little background and bring people up to speed, because you said, and I got to tell you, based on the reaction we've gotten, you said, so you wouldn't tell me. You the last in the world to follow the slogan, keep it on the radio. You kept it on the damn radio.
Yeah, I know, I did.
During the 8 o'clock news, after you got off the phone, because I knew you were talking to Senator Tarver, and you went, and you get off the phone and you look at me and you said, this will shake the mayor's race to its foundation.
Oh, yeah.
I said, what? You said, keep it on the radio. I said, I hate you. So what happened? If folks don't know the story or haven't seen the post at keelnews.com.
Things were bubbling up in the mayor's race. We had Stephen Jackson jump in last week. And then you start hearing about skirmishes, who's supporting who's in whose camp and all that. And if you follow Shreveport politics at all, you know there's a Greg Tarver camp, and there was an Alphonse Jackson camp.
Now the Glover camp.
Now the Glover camp.
Right.
And Lydia Jackson, obviously Alphonse's daughter. And those two sides, you know, they typically back different people.
As we say, they can look at a blue sky and come away with 3 different colors.
Yes, absolutely. And everyone's under the impression now that Stephen Jackson is in. He works for Glover. He's going to be the Glover candidate, okay? The Jackson candidate, whatever you want to call it. And on the other side, you had Adrian Perkins, everybody said was in the Tarver camp. Apparently he had dated Tarver's daughter.
Ties to the Tarver family.
They're no longer dating, from what I'm told. He told us when he was in here, and we might pull that cut up, because I asked him about what is your connection to Greg Tarver back then, and now we'll hear what he says now. Because that'd be interesting to play.
So is his deal... Was his deal yesterday, or is it today? The Perkins...
He's having a deal today.
Okay.
He's trotting out some city council members, and he's trotting out some Caddo commissioners.
You got an email from the Tarver folks a day before yesterday.
Not from the Tarver.
I'm sorry, from the Perkins folks.
Yes.
From the Perkins folks saying we're having sort of a campaign feat, and we will be parading. I don't mean that as negatively as it might sound.
Nope.
A lot of bigwig locals are going to be throwing their weight behind Perkins, and we're kind of going for the first round knockout here.
Yep.
We're hitting early, we're hitting heavy.
And I thought, is he going to bring Greg Tarver out? Well, he's back home from Baton Rouge.
And you said, Tarver's got to be there. I said, no, he doesn't, because Greg Tarver is of a political reputation that if he throws his weight behind somebody, he does it on his own.
You're absolutely right about that. I wasn't thinking. So, if Tarver's endorsing you, he's going to come out. It's going to be a Tarver event.
So you shot a text to Senator Tarver asking if
he doesn't text, so I called.
You called Senator Tarver asking if he were going to be at the Perkins.
Let me tell you how it really went.
The Perkins get-together.
Here's how it really went.
Go ahead.
I called and got his voicemail, and I left a voice message that said, a lot of folks are talking about you and your involvement in the mayor's race. Can you call me back as soon as possible?
How long did it take?
35 seconds, guys? Something like that?
Got off the treadmill for you.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. And he told me, I asked him, I said, are you going to be at this event? Oh, no. I said, are you supporting Adrian Perkins?
And then it hit the fan.
Oh, boy. He said, quote, Adrian Perkins is not the person I thought he was. He is not a man of his word, and he misrepresented himself to me.
Understand the political zeitgeist in Shreveport to this point. The assumption has been